Yo, what's up guys? Alright, so we're finally getting into this video. This is the Electric Cycle Rider TKO 2022, first ever all electric enduro or hard enduro race. Now, the nerves are high, we're lining up. I made a place 10th qualifying, so that means I was going to be on the second row. And yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm all like, my nerves are high, you know. Like I was saying, we got a chance to walk the section we went through yesterday called Foxhole, and that's the first rock section coming up after this straight rhythm section. And here we go. Twitching. And there you go, right there. Stuffed at the first log. Talk about shame. Oh man, I'm never gonna live that down. The whole gang gave me crap about that when I got back. They said it wasn't looking good the first second into the race. So I'm already flustered. But you see this grass track, there's not too much grass anymore. The grass has been withered away from the prologue the day before. And then this is Saturday morning, and we were scheduled to be the first race at 8 o'clock. Oh sorry, 8:30. First race at 8:30, and the gas guys took off at 9. So here we go around the grass track. Feel a little bit better on the grass track. Well, now it's a dirt track. They got a little bit more grooves in there now, so I can kind of work the speed just a little bit more. Front tire wasn't pushing out. Still wish I had the knobby, but we're making it work. The first day I wore like elbow guards, and they're kind of an old pair, and I probably got fatter, but they're really tight. And I'm not blaming that, you know, I'm not making excuses. Well, I kind of am, but those things, like, they restricted my arms so much. It felt like I had to hold on. I felt real tight. So today I'm feeling a lot looser, and that's great. You know, I just feel more comfortable. I never ride with those things anyway. I didn't really realize how big of a difference they would be. And just trying to hype myself up because I know what's coming. It's the foxhole. Let's jump into this river.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Time to make some passes. Walking this section definitely helped. Just a quick stroll in the morning, right when we got there, because we got there quite early. I think I was there by 7, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. And yeah, we were able to walk it, just do a real quick walk. And I still get hung up, but the idea was there, you know. I think last time we talked about weaving across this tree where I normally would have cut left over, and now we cut left onto that flatter section. So just the transitions were better. Had a chance to chase some of these guys down, so that was good. You know, making passes and kind of made me feel, you know, a little bit good. Like, you know, wasn't in 10th place, or hopefully I was better than where I started, because they did all pass me on that flub that I had on the first log, and just went straight up the line. Boop! There you go. That was the one I should have done the other day, but was too messed up to try. So today I'm feeling better. We're just trying to flow as much as possible.
Oh shit.
Couldn't do it clean. Right at the end too. So this part, I thought we were gonna go up and continue over again, like how we did the day before. But no, they actually cut it in half. So that second half of the rock section with that hill at the end, they took out and they went straight to this section. And I get this guy over here just ripping past me, and I'm like, oh my god, I better get on it. So I'm trying to move a little bit better. I'm flowing better than I did the day before, which is great. So I am feeling better, but this guy is ripping. He's going for it. He was going for it, but you know, I knew the electric motion is really good in the rocks, and I thought to myself, you know, if I didn't have that flub, I would have been in front enough. And this guy's going, but I'm determined to catch him in the rocks. I wasn't too worried at this moment, but I did feel a bit of urgency. Oh no, coming back to this log. Oh shit. Always scared on this stupid log. I had the rock there, so I actually went down a lot easier. Just in general, it was way more flowy today. Way more comfortable. I guess because now I know what to expect. And little did I know, the whole trail is like this. Just rocks, 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 rocks. Like non-stop rocks. This place is non-stop rocks. And I'm trying to go across, but nope. Rejected. Turn right. Go down the river. So this is the second half. This is a new section that wasn't here in the prologue yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't walk this section, but this one the rocks were kind of laid down and flat. Smaller rocks, so it wasn't too bad. I could kind of navigate my way through these a little bit better. So that guy who dug out on me is right in front of me. Is that the guy? Let's see if he has red wheels. If that's the red wheels guy, he's right in front of me. And in that case, tracking him down slowly, 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 slowly. Just tracking him down. It's tough when you're trying to do like quote unquote race pace, you know? You're so focused on just moving, but it's hard to see where you should be, you know, to look ahead. I mean, I guess that gets better with time, because I don't have the luxury of like slowing down or, you know, trying to stop, especially when that guy is right there trying to make the pass. I think he's right neck and neck with me at the moment, and then just at the end, I think I just get him. I don't see him after that. Go, finally get a little bit more flowy in this rock stuff just to get out of here. Just want to get out of here. Oh, finally. And now we're free, right? Single track time. Nope. More rocks. Over here, it's like if you yanked up all those rocks, you could dig down 2 more inches and there'd be more rocks. And then you take those rocks out and you dig down another inch and then there's more rocks. It's never ending. It's literally never ending, and it doesn't look like nothing. Like, some of you might be laughing like you're watching this video. And maybe some of you who have been here before, you're like, oh yeah, I know what you mean, but this video does nothing justice, you know? Like, even these hill climbs, they're not as flat as they look. I mean, like I said, I ain't the best rider, but most hills I can make it up a little bit easier. But these things are kind of long and kind of steep. a lot steeper than what it's perceived to be. You can kind of tell when you go downhill. You can't see it because even the downhill doesn't look very steep, but you can kind of hear it in the motor. Now I'm pulling my regen, and that thing is still rolling. So that's not bad. That's a not bad slope, you know.
TKO!
I don't know who I was talking to.
Oh, traction.
Yeah, see, most parts of this course had traction, like going uphill. It was interesting, like, it was soft and kind of sloshy. Well, not really sloshy, but it was soft and it would move because of like that sandy dirt compound that I was talking about earlier. But normal times were like maybe say like the same angle of a hill here, you know, if we hit it wrong and it's just kind of grease and it just slides, right? Because it's hard packed. Over there, it's soft. Everything is pretty soft. Nothing is really hard packed. But like I was saying, there's just rocks underneath everything, and that sand dirt mixture on top of the rocks is what makes it, you know, slippery. Just trying to get a flow over here going uphill as best I can. Keep some momentum.
Whew.
Feeling it already. Now here we go downhill. You can't listen to the motor. I mean, I'm moving decent, not flying downhill, but I am using regen, and one of the things that I've come to learn is that I rely too much on regen. Every time I ride, I'm always trying to maximize my range.
Shake it off.
Just because I never want to get stuck anywhere, you know. I'm just trying to always maximize my range. But in this case, I knew the track was about 10 miles ish, right? Which is not even close to what Escape R would use, even if you were going full blast. I mean, you can definitely do a 10-mile loop going much faster, you know. But because I like the control of the regen, and because I like the benefits of the regen, it's just a natural habit for me to use it. And I realize in a situation like this where it's a quote-unquote race, I need to abandon that and just, you know, rely on my regular brake and use some regen, vice trying to get back as much power as I can all the time. I mean, between me and Sam, who won, congratulations to him again, Sam Bird from Hawaii Rides, we only had a difference of like maybe 10% or 8%, which is not much if you consider how fast he probably was going and not using regenerative brake downhill compared to me, you know. Usually the more aggressive person will always eat more battery, but in this case, I mean, 8% is nothing. Like I should have just relied more on my brakes and just letting it roll overall, rather than trying to regen, get back power, blah blah blah, make sure I finish the race. I'm always worried about that. But hey, like I said, live and learn. I've been riding these bikes for more than 2 years, and I'm still figuring out new things and new ways on how to ride them and how to make the most of them. All these downhills look so flat. It's amazing how flat everything looks when you're on the GoPro. You want to say, man, it was so gnarly, like it was crazy, the steep uphills and steep downhills, and then you watch the GoPro footage and it's like, wait, were you just riding on the perimeter trail the whole day? Like, no, man, this is gnarly. It doesn't look that gnarly, but it was very fun. I think if it wasn't a race situation where it was quote unquote pressure, this would have been an amazing trail ride. Just to have fun and like, wait for your friends when they get stuck and talk shit, just like a normal trail ride. This would have been awesome. And I can only imagine what the people that live in Tennessee come up here to do on the weekends or whatever. I mean, for trials, for enduro. I mean, obviously, it's the perfect place.
Relax.
Getting a little tired, seem to be slowing down a bit, but I'm just trying to keep it moving, just trying to keep on moving. Yeah, and these guys put these logs out in the way, it's crazy. You just leave them. And of course those get slippery too because they're fresh logs, they're not old rotting logs that have like a little bit of grip in them. These guys are fresh, so they're very, very slick. And you'll see one coming up very soon. See those little blips like that, just suck it up. Oh, and just to clarify, like, I'm running a regular Trials front, nothing special, just a stock Michelin X11 front. And in the rear, I was gonna run an IX09W Kekota, which I think would have been amazing for this trail as well. Like, nothing wrong with that, with the tubeless. But, I mean, after talking to some people and whatnot, they mentioned that a Moose is the way to go. I think for this E-Class, given that it's a more flowy trail, the tubeless wheel, the stock wheel, would have been just fine. I mean, there was rocks, but it wasn't anything real hazardous as far as a pinch point and all that stuff. Definitely in the TKO 2 race, the terrain really steps up. So that being said, I mean, it doesn't lend itself to be, without a tube. Oh, there you go. Yeah, those off-camera logs. I try to hit it and just wash the front out. Remember I told you that sand on top of the log? And that's what happens. Just slide right out.
These fuckers are sick.
And look at this. It's like a rock pile in the middle of nowhere. Like, where does this thing come from? I don't know. But it's a rock pile, and it's still there. Just chilling.
Oh, whew. Nice one, swapping. Oh, you fuckers. Ah, you bastards. There we go. Whew. Fucking shit. Oh, oh no. Fuck it. Gotta go, gotta go.
I thought that was bad. Little did I know, later on I'm gonna get a bike cleaning. And I guess this is the road that they're making. I seen a backhoe down there. That's awesome. You can just, this one guy has this land. He just makes stuff, which is cool.
Oh shit. Oh, oh. Alright, alright. Take it easy. Take it easy, you fucker.
Now we're getting off the road and dropping into another valley. Oh, and there's a guy there telling me to go left.
Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, shit. Oh, this place got traction! This place got traction! Yeah! Get traction! Traction, you fucker! Yeah!
Just trying to help myself up. I'm doing all I can do just to keep myself alive.
Not quite. I didn't expect 10 miles of this shit.
Definitely wasn't expecting that much rocks. I mean, I've watched the videos. Some of them are unclear, but man, this place is just littered with rocks. Like I said, you take them out and there's more underneath. It's just, that's just the way it is. Oh, see, I'm trying to regen down here, and it's helping. And this hill, it's a lot steeper than it looks, man. I mean, it's a lot steeper than it looks. I'm sure all the pros just fly down this thing. I think that's what I gotta get into. I gotta get into like downhill mountain biking. Just learn how to flow like them. So one of my biggest fears is eating shit going downhill. It just sucks.
Hey, how's it?
So at this time, like I'm just pretty much riding by myself. Like I'm trying to keep myself motivated to keep on moving at a quick pace. But I'm literally like riding by myself. I haven't seen anybody in, I don't know, minutes. You know, like it's been a long time since I saw someone in front of me or behind me. So I'm just trying to make the best of it. Man, these uphills, man. This camera makes it look so flat. They weren't super difficult, but they were steeper. Definitely a lot steeper than what you can perceive.
Oh. Oh, this motherfucker. Oh no, the swamp. Swamp's coming.
Now this is the one section I knew we were headed to the uphill swamp. This is just a hill littered with rocks, and actually the other riders, from what I understand, came up this, so that must have been interesting. But yeah, we're just going down this and then up to the uphill swamp. It's another vantage point. As you can see, those guys on the road. The road is right there to the Trials Training Center, so you can actually ride your bicycle or just hike to this area, and you can watch the carnage when everybody comes up. It's pretty fun. Take a quick breather because I know what's coming up next. We actually walked this section the day before and made up a pretty good line.
All right.
And I will tell you exactly, well, you'll see exactly where I messed up. We had it all planned out. It was perfect crossover point, and I shot it too early. Right there, right into that big rock. I was supposed to go one more over and go right up that flat rock. And that's where I ate shit.
Oh no! Ah, you fucker.
I think I busted my elbow. Like I said before, I abandoned the elbow pads. And I think I busted my elbow open on that fall. It just like hit a rock, and had a little cut. But we found this high line that was basically bypassing all that stuff in the middle, so it was good. It was pretty good. It was a good idea. It was in the ribbon, so technically it's legal. And later when we came back to watch the gas bikes, they were using the same line, so it was kind of cool. They were working it in. After the gas bikes, all the rocks kind of got pushed away, so it was a little bit easier.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you.
Ooh, breathing heavy already. So much rocks. So much rocks. Oh my god.
Yeah, boys. Thank you.
Out of the hard stuff, back onto kind of what looks to be like a Jeep road, but not quite. I mean, yeah, it's pretty flat. And then you always gotta have some bumps. There you go. Bumps, 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 bumps. Back up the hill. I really gotta work on my speed. This is the time where I probably could have taken advantage. If I added up all the time I spent kind of dicking around in these faster, smoother sections where I probably could have more speed, I would have held on to my 6th place and not made 7th, you know. Because the guy barely passed me. I think he beat me by like 40 seconds or 30 something seconds or whatever. Passed me at the last moment, and you'll see it. So this is one of my favorite parts of the trail. It's a downhill section, kind of nice and flowy. You know, and in fact, it's a beautiful day. I mean, look at it. The way we took off. It was the coolest morning in Tennessee of all 4 days that I was there. I mean, it was like 74 degrees, 76 degrees in the morning. It was nice and cool. The whole day was just sunny. And as you can see, Tennessee is very green and lush. So there wasn't too much direct sunlight. So it was a perfect day. You know, just a real good day to have a flagship race. You know, the first ever. Great day. I think this is the part. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm coming down the section. I don't want to jump over this log, so I go around, whatever. And I'm looking, I was like, I see water. I'm thinking we're gonna follow on the banks.
Wait, where the fuck? Shoot it. Huh? Down the fucking.
So this guy, luckily he was there, and he told me, yeah, everybody's going down the river.
This way. Roger.
It's pretty deep, but
Crossover.
I'm thinking like Halimano, where there's, you know, rocks in this river. But no, it was pretty smooth. It was all like real small rocks. It was flowy.
There you go.
Why can't all the rest of the rivers be like that?
Just like home, brother.
Not gonna lie, I had a little rejuvenation period. After that, I was so stoked because it made us go through the water. And then I hit this hill, and then my motivation and my momentum was lost. Just a bit. This was a super trick section. The path was so big, and like you could have gone all the way down to the bottom and had to come all the way up, or you could have just kept right. Like I seen that back there was a line I should have taken, but you could have just kept that right and just climbed over all this stuff and stayed high, and you would have made this section so easy. Like if I just stayed right, in hindsight, if I just stayed right, I would have like literally bypassed all this headache in the middle. Like if I just turned right to that blue thing, and now I'm going down. I don't know why. Why am I going down? What a dummy. And I'm like midway. I'm thinking, look, I can go all the way up there. And I would have been all the way up there had I just stayed on that path. But no, I had to go down. What a dummy. Live and learn. Hopefully if there's a next time, I'll be better prepared for this. I think it was just mostly the nerves. I mean, the terrain was tough, don't get me wrong. The terrain was not easy. It was definitely not a walk in the park. Definitely different from Hawaii. But it's not easy. But the mental game, you know? The mental game and just remembering that you can ride in a situation like this was kind of important, and I kind of lacked that part in the beginning, especially in the prologue. I got it back in the race a little bit, was way more comfortable, but yeah, I gotta work on that pace, man. Just gotta work on that pace. Remember to have a little bit more speed and not be as cautious, especially when, you know, the race is so short that we, you know, essentially could do the whole thing at full blast and still have battery. At this point, I'm pretty sure there's somebody on my tail. Well, actually, I know there's somebody on my tail, and he was kind of pressuring me. I mean, that's the thing about electric; you can't really hear him, which is good and bad. Like, it's good because it doesn't freak you out from far away, and it's bad because, I mean, you don't know what's going on until the guy passes you, you know, which is kind of what happened. But it was a good battle. You don't want to see, well, we'll see exactly what happened. I was kind of irritated about it.
Go, man. Go, boy. Get another
But we're
EM
going
up
to
there.
this final section, and I believe we're going to drop down into the last section, which is right near the Trials Training Center, and that is another rock bed. And the cool thing about this, the whole thing, is that these rock beds are right off the main road. So it's way easier for people to come and look and watch and view. It's actually, this section is actually 180 degrees from the uphill swamp. So right where we were at the uphill swamp where I went up and I fell down, like if you did a 180 and you came down that road, this is exactly like the lower half of that section. It's kind of cool. So you can like watch that part, watch everybody go around, go across the street, and then see the guys coming by. You know, you just gotta wait a little while, and then the same people that you just watched are gonna come by a different section. And this was like the grand finale. So you got all these guys on the side, and I'm gonna mute my voice in the riding video because I rather not the obscenities being heard than I'm shouting. But basically what's going on is I'm trying to look ahead. I never walked this section, and I see a line to my right. See where that orange shirt is? He goes up that rock, right? And that is right in the line. And I'm telling these guys, I'm yelling at them, I'm telling them to move. And these assholes don't move. Look at them. They're just sitting right in the race line. And I try to turn to get the stuff, and I end up doing a 180, like the best pivot turn I've ever done in my life. And right when I do that pivot turn, this other guy passes me. I lose my 6th place. And now I am relegated to go down the middle, you know. So right where that guy is standing, that was where I would have ended up, and I would have just been on this smooth line. Like, I was so pissed. I hate those guys. I hope they get diarrhea for a month. I mean, talk about assholes, you know? There's a clear marker, and they're sitting inside the line, within the race boundary. I don't understand. So this is the final stretch, and it gets a little bit smoother. I see the guy. He's in my sight. I get a little bobble over here, though. And I got a little bobble with my magnetic key. I should have just put a magnet on it and just not mess with it. But then again, hindsight is 2020. I just feel comfortable with that key. Oh yeah, and at the same time, this gas guy was right behind me. So you know what? I mean, it was either how was I gonna battle for 6th place, or, you know, slow this guy up. But that guy, you know, he has more on the line. You know, he's actually the fastest of the first gas guys that passed us. Oh, not passed us, but he's the guy that lapped us basically, because he started at 9 and he still made it past. So his time is worth way more than ours. You know, we only have one race. I'm sure this time is better for him. So we'll let him go. That guy's a hammer. He deserves to get the best time possible, you know? Doesn't need us slowing him up. So I'm trying to stay on the banks. It's like almost the final stretch. I kind of know where we are, but I'm tired by now this time, you know. My enthusiasm is kind of killed from that last debacle in the trail. But still pushing through. Still gotta finish. Here we go, crossing the road. This is actually right in the Trials Training Center, and
More rocks.
more rocks.
More rocks.
Can't get away from these rocks. Oh, finally. And the end is near. Trying to hype myself up. I'm dying inside.
Oh, you fuckers.
I'm like, where to go? Where to go? You know? There's nobody behind me. I mean, I want to make the fastest time possible, but I don't want to make ass like I did hitting the first log. You know? So I'll just cruise around here.
So I can let you know who are first.
Make it over these rocks. That wasn't so bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. It wasn't bad at all. And as I pass this barrier, I see the guy who passed me on my right. Ah,
Oh shit.
what a bummer.
More logs. More logs. Oh, bro.
The final stretch.
Oh.
Oh, not trying to be fancy. Just trying to get over. Oh. Stuck. There you go. One more. There you go. Up the thing and one more. Just one more stupid double log. Boop, boop. And that is a finish, guys. That's the end of the 2022 first ever Electric Cycle Rider knockout race.
Oh, brother. You guys, bro. Good one. How you living, John? I'm feeling good, brother. Feeling good.